Hey Maddie,
Hey,
I'm so excited to be doing 37 questions with you today.
and I'm so excited to give 37 answers. You got your lab coat and PPE shoes on?
I do.
All right, let's go.
All right, so what have you been up to today?
You know, creating world peace, solving cancer problems,
Oh my.
Obviously, I've been doing nothing today.
Fair enough. Are you excited for summer?
I'm so excited for summer. I have one class, but I can handle it. Still relax.
Nice. Are you more of a winter or summer person?
Definitely winter. I like the cold way better.
When do you graduate?
I actually graduate this summer. That's why I'm so excited.
Oh my goodness. What degree will you be graduating with?
I'm gonna get my bachelor's in science in aerospace engineering.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to be whenever you were younger?
No, actually, when I was really young, I wanted to be a Girl Scout leader like my mom. And then along the line, I got interested in rocks and minerals, thought I wanted to be a geologist, then thought architecture was cool. Then sometime in middle school, I decided I wanted to be a cellist or musician.
Oh my.
Yeah, and then I went back to architecture, realized I couldn't draw, got a job at Space Center Houston, and then I decided, hey, aerospace is pretty cool, so went with that.
Are you getting any certificates in anything?
Yeah, so I'm going to be getting my certificate in German language along with my bachelor's.
Wow. Why German?
It's something that I've always wanted to learn. In high school, I learned French, and I was like, this sucks, so it's like, next country over, let's try German.
Fair enough. Do you have any plans for after you graduate?
Hopefully, I will get a job with whoever hires me, but that's still in the works.
What is your favorite TV show or movie currently?
Right now, I've been watching a lot of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Nerd alert, I know, but it's really great.
Do you have any advice that you wish you could have given your younger self?
Tons. Ultimately, I wish I just could tell myself to trust myself more and not ever underestimate my capabilities, because I have always been super smart and super awesome, and I never realized that enough.
Nice. What's your go-to name if you were given the opportunity to name a star or a planet?
I would probably have to name it Suki after my cat.
Oh my. What is one thing you want to do before you graduate?
Before I graduate, I want to have a really big party with all my roommates and all my friends, because I am going to miss my roommates so much after I graduate.
How did you hear about TREL?
So I heard about it from a lot of my friends my freshman year, where they would always talk about, oh, I just heard of this org, I just interviewed here, this super prestigious rocket organization. I thought, that sounds pretty crazy, but also cool, and I want it.
What is your position in TREL?
So right now I serve as the structures co-lead.
Oh, is Structures more than one team?
Yeah, structures includes our airframe and then COPV sub-team.
Wow. Is that it? Is there only two teams?
Yep, just two.
Nice. So what is a skirt?
So a skirt refers to the actual rocket body that we are creating. And I have one over here. I have a few over here, actually.
These are all skirts?
Yeah, so they're all composite foam core skirts made out of carbon fiber.
Wow. So what is a composite overwrap pressure vessel?
So the composite overwrap pressure vessel, or COPV, is a way to make our fuel tanks. And they're also, for our purposes, they're considered structures because they also serve as part of the external rocket body. So we're gonna have our COPV and then skirt. We stack it up top, put a little skirt thing around it, hug it basically, and then it's gonna be like that 30 feet up.
Okay. So what is the equivalent in strength to how strong a skirt will be?
So a skirt has to withstand about 5,000 pounds of force. But what we've tested so far has been up to 10,000. So I'd say about 2 elephants worth of weight.
2 elephants.
Yeah, very professional units.
Nice. So what part of the rocket is defined as the structure?
It's anything that creates the main frame of it that experiences the major loads during launch and flight.
Okay. How do you test articles to make sure they are compatible for flight?
So we have to test them in 3 ways. We have to test a compression loading, we have to test a tensile loading where we basically try to stretch it apart, and then we also have to test it in bending.
Wow. What is the most difficult challenge you think the structures team faces?
Well, right now we're trying to produce our actual flight weight skirts, which just means that These skirts right here have a really high potential of being the actual articles that we use on the rocket that's going to launch next May.
All right. What structures work are you up to today?
Right now, I'm about to post-cure a skirt. Come check it out.
Ooh, what does post-cure mean?
So post-cure just means that we're doing a secondary or post-cure after our first cure. So because composites use a fiber and epoxy, that epoxy has to dry so it's not sticky to the touch anymore.
Okay.
And then that's one cure, and then we do a post-cure.
Nice. What happens to the skirts after this?
After this, we're gonna cut off the ends and then sand them down so they're really nice and flat, and then try to do that compression testing to see if they're gonna be acceptable for flight weight.
Okay. How do y'all make y'all's composite overwrap pressure vessels?
So those start as an aluminum liner, just straight aluminum, kind of dome shape. And then we wrap that with a fiber of carbon fiber, and that gets pulled through a resin. And then it gets wound a bunch of times around that aluminum liner until you get what you see here.
Nice. So why do y'all work in a clean room?
So we work in a clean room because when you're working with composites, it's really important that you don't get any foreign particles in the matrix of the composite itself. So while we're doing a layup especially, try to wear a lab coat and then keep little booties on our feet to keep any particles from coming into the clean room. And then it also maintains a positive pressure environment where any particles in the air are gonna get filtered out as well.
Okay. So I know the skirts and the COPVs have to be really strong. In terms of strength, which one would win in a fight?
Definitely the COPV. I mean, that thing's like 50 pounds, and I swear that would beat me in a fight too.
Oh my. What is your favorite memory with TREL?
My favorite memory is probably when me and my entire team ditched our workday just to go swimming and hiking along the green belt.
Oh my. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we have fun here.
What is your favorite TREL acronym?
My favorite TREL acronym? TREL, of course.
Of course. It's right there on your jacket. What does it mean? You better know this.
Texas Rocket, or is it Tennessee Rocket Engine? No, it's Ooh. Texas Rocket Engineering Lab.
Oh my. So what has been your favorite class that you've taken in college so far?
My favorite class so far has actually been my art history class.
Oh, why is that?
So it's a super niche topic that could have been boring, but my professor really took it upon himself to make it super interactive and interesting and fun, and just had a lot of passion for the subject, so it made it a really fun experience.
Nice. Since you're graduating, what do you hope to be remembered for in TREL?
I hope to be remembered as one of the cool leads, but I hope to be remembered for the lasting impact of culture that I've had on my team. I feel like I've tried really hard to make a fun environment where we get to come and work on things that we're passionate for, and I hope that gets carried forward in the years after I graduate.
Yeah. So last question. What is your favorite structure?
Structure ever? Well, in aerospace, I'd say my favorite structure was probably the NASA Skylab missions.
Okay.
Skylab itself was the first U.S. space station before the International Space Station, and it served as the first experiment where basically we proved that humans could live for extended times in space. So I just think that's super awesome.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for doing 37 questions with me today, Maddie.
Yeah, thanks for asking me.
All right, well, I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.